It's just the way, it's just the way that I know. When it comes, I just hold on. I suppose I've gotten more help during the building of our home from John Mayer than I've gotten from my dog. Listening to Ray LaMontagne, Chris Stapleton, Sturgill Simpson, Chris LeDoux, or the dozens of audiobooks I listen to seem to make the hard jobs easier. In our little valley up here, the sound travels very well. There's been more than one time where our neighbors hollered back at me thinking I needed something, not recognizing that I was just singing along with one of my favorite songs. I once heard that the most influential time in a person's life when it comes to music is between the ages of about 19 and 21. At about that time in my life, Cedar decided to buy me the Chris LeDoux box set, and I listened to those CDs until they were no longer usable. He seemed like somebody I wanted to follow into battle. I suppose you end up with kids named Sage and Cheyenne when being influenced by somebody like Chris LeDoux. Now, as I'm getting the addition framed up and the bathtub installed, I've had to make a couple of minor changes, but nothing too major. Once the bathtub is in place, the bathroom walls are framed up, and the rest of the addition walls are done, I can focus on getting the outlets where they're supposed to be, the light switches where they're supposed to be, and then the utility room wired up as it needs to be. There's really not a whole lot of plumbing left to do. I need to reroute a few water lines, install shutoff valves, things like that, nothing major. But there is some things to do with electrical. I've got my buddy Luke that I can turn to if needed, but I'm going to try and do as much as I can on my own. The house will end up being just shy of 2,000 square feet. There will be 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. All of the bedrooms, except for the master, are right about 10 feet by 10 feet. Part of the reason we did the addition was to have one more bedroom. We constantly have guests, and Cedar seems to think that there may come a point in our lives where we may not want to have to go up the stairs to get to our bedroom. The master bedroom is about 15 feet by 15 feet. It should be a comfortable room. A 10-foot by 10-foot master bedroom would be a little bit small to me. But once we're living up here, I can promise you I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time in my bedroom. This summer, the plan is to focus on the shop. We will likely add a bedroom or two out there in the shop as well, again because we have so much company. I have a feeling that once we're living up here, we may even have more company. I've got a couple of different nephews that are asking on a regular basis if they can come up here and spend time. And I suppose spending time up here would be a great way to help a young man figure out just who he is. I may require that he listen to my favorite Chris LeDoux playlist along the way. It's pretty easy to stay excited and maintain the energy necessary to get things finished. With the wood stove burning, working inside is quite comfortable. I don't find my thoughts wandering around about what's going on outside, because most of what I needed to get finished outside is done. The window I'd been waiting for finally showed up, so I got it installed and slapped the last few pieces of siding up that was needed. On the front side of the house, once it gets warm, I will remove the lower 3 feet of the siding and install the tin like I did on the rest of the house. I think we have decided to go ahead and rub it down with a stain. Okay, here's the door into the bathroom. Bathroom's laid out perfectly. Everything's perfect with the plumbing. There'll be a sink, maybe even a double lav sink right here. The door will swing this way. Behind the bathroom door will be another door that swings this way into the utility room, what I'm calling the utility room. It's going to have the water heater, it's going to have our batteries, it's going to have our inverter, it's going to have anything we need to, that a lot of good storage in here as well. I'll definitely build some storage for a while. I'm going to keep my tools in here, the electrical panel, that's why the electrical panel I put right there. Everything's good on this end. It's probably way bigger than it needs to be. I could probably literally have done it with about half the size, but there's nothing wrong with having too much space in here. Water softener is going to go in here, all the water filters, all that good stuff. It's going to be sealed. I'm not going to put a normal door on it. I'm going to put probably a commercial door, something like that, where it's sealed. It needs to be airtight. So then here's the door that goes into the downstairs bedroom. So this door goes right in here, somewhere about right here. Somewhere about right in here is where the wall, right there's the mark. So about where my boot is where the wall was going to be. So about the end of the coiled hose, which would make it about a 10 foot by 10 foot room, which would in turn make the pantry about 8 foot by 10 foot. I'm having second thoughts on the size of this room down here. If in fact someday myself and Cedar end up sleeping down here because we don't want to run the stairs every day, which I've told her that if my knees get that bad, we probably shouldn't be living on a little hillside homestead like we have here. But I'm considering scooting the wall that way to 11 feet and having about a 6 to 7 foot pantry by 10 feet, which is still plenty. Most houses we've been in has been a little tiny closet at best. So I'm going to go into town. I think I'm about done for today. I'm going to go talk with her and see what she thinks. So far, everything's going good. I'll finish the wall first thing, finish roughing in, or finish framing up the wall. Whatever we decide, I may need to bring her up here tomorrow. I'll get that done first thing Monday. And then I'm ready to get the last little bit of electrical done. The utility room is big. There's part of me that's going, why'd you make that so big? And because I've got the concrete, because I've got the plumbing roughed into the concrete like it is, I can't just scoot the bathroom over without doing some major damage. And I don't know if that's necessary. The one thing my wife has always made very clear to me is she wants a lot of storage. And I may just have to make this room into a lot more storage, but now we're gonna have a whole bunch of storage under the stairs as well, because I'm no longer doing that bathroom under the stairs. So anyway, I'll talk with her and figure this out, make some decisions as far as how big that bedroom really needs to be. All of the kids' bedrooms upstairs, by the way, are 10 by 10. I don't think kids need any more room than that, in my opinion. Kids shouldn't be in their bed, especially living up here. There's no reason for my kids to be hanging out in their bedrooms unless they're sleeping. And but as far as our bedroom's concerned, the master bedroom upstairs is 15 by 15. And then it's got a whole big closet up there. And so with a 10 by 10 room, and then to somehow put a closet in here as well and eat up some of that space, to think that, I don't know. I just, as far as having a big king size bed, I like my big bed. In this room, it's going to eat up most of this space. So anyway, I'm going to go talk to her over the weekend. We'll decide. I'm excited. This stuff is making it feel a lot more like a home. I cannot wait to get drywall going up. The second drywall is up, you're going to see these peaks and valleys that seem to come with this challenge. You're going to see a whole different energy, because that tells me I passed my plumbing inspection, passed my electrical inspection, and we're really on the downhill slide. So next week, I've got to get the holes drilled for bird block. I'm going to show you an interesting way that I'm going to do that venting. I do have to have some venting in these chases, and both upstairs and down. So I got to get the bird block done, and then it's electrical and plumbing. And I really think I can get both of them done next week, both electrical and plumbing. And then it's just a matter of getting both inspectors up here to look things over. And then man, I cannot wait to get to drywall. I can smell it. We're getting close. It's exciting.